Okay. Oops, sorry, late. I was trying to mess with some things because of the way I'm streaming tonight, but that's okay. We're still good. We're still good. I just like took 5 more minutes than I planned to. Oh well. Um. All right, guys. How you doing tonight? It is Inktober day 9. I did skip 6 and 7. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I promised I would stream every day of October, but after doing this for a solid week, I got really tired. I do go to school and work on weekends, so I have a really full schedule as it is between all that and homework and whatnot. So I have time to do this. It's just like not as constant as it was. So yeah, I just got really tired and burnt out. So I took the weekend off. And after thinking about, I think I might do that every week now. So basically, the plan would be to stream Monday through Friday, and then take off Saturday and Sunday night because I work 8-hour shifts at a retail store, and it's getting closer to Christmas. So that's exhausting enough as it is. So yeah, so I'm thinking basically would stream Monday through Friday, take off Saturday, Sunday. So this past one, because I was so exhausted, I have spoiler, I have not technically done the prompts for Inktober for those. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. But it's okay. I do have some plans for them. I've done some sketches and whatnot. So they will come. They will happen. Just not tonight. I have my earlier class tomorrow, so hopefully tomorrow. Let me zoom, squooch that camera a little bit. Didn't mess with it too much. So yeah. So I will get to those at a later date. I'm gonna go ahead and keep up with the timeline of doing number 9 today. Partly because I had an actual idea for it. The other ones I'm still playing around with the basic stuff. This one I actually had a pretty solid idea for. So yeah. Trying to think what else to say. I don't know. I think that's the whole story basically. So yeah, so tonight's plan, I was trying to see if I could set up a window display to show you guys, but I can't quite get it the way I like it, so I'm probably not gonna bother with it because I'll sit there and tweak settings forever in OBS. Tonight I'm actually doing something less not less brain intensive, but the prompt Screech actually gave me an idea for, so I was kind of doing, so this was some of my sketch doodles of like, and I was sitting there and kind of playing word association. So I was like, what Screech is, and so I had like a bike race and this monster thing from Destiny and whatnot. And then I thought of birds. It reminded me of a story I read a while back about falconry, and a falconer in particular who was this very young Mongol girl who was was a falconer and with a, it was with a gold eagle? I don't remember anymore. It looks like a gold eagle. Anyway, so I found they had some really fantastic photos from that. So I kind of looked up a couple other falconry photos and whatnot. They've got these really great mountainscapes in the background, so I was like, cool, I will probably just draw that. Oh, which reminds me. I told people, why did I say bye? Oh my god. I told people I would message them when I went live. Because I have friends in real life who, for some reason, also want to see more of me. Anyways, okay, did that. Did my friend duty, I guess. I don't know why they want to see more of me. So yeah, so anyway, so I found those, I pulled up some of those photos. So I was trying to see, since I'm basically going to be drawing from the photo, not super detailed, I'm not doing a Renaissance painting or anything, but I was going to try to see if I could do a window display, like a capture display, like, so I could have my face and then like the reference photo and then my work over here or something like that. But yeah, I could do it, but it would take me forever to get the settings done the way I want to, and not. I don't know. It's already 11:21 p.m. and I gotta move on. I gotta move on. I know. Oh god. Oh god, Donut. My typing skills have been crap today. I've made so many text typos today, and I don't know why. The by was autocorrect. The BYE was supposed to be BTW. What was it? I also feel like your laptop might like other ether. Huh? Did I type something on Facebook or something? Did I don't know. My laptop probably doesn't like a lot of things that I'm doing right now. My laptop probably does not like a lot of things in my life right now. I'm gonna like tilt that down just like a hair. Why? I don't. Okay, so I have WebTube on my phone. I don't know what it is, but every night at like this time of night is when all the Webtoon messages go out. It feels like. Might not like displaying the other images. No, so OBS has it where you can like layer stuff. Like you can have multiple windows and whatnot. It's just I'm gonna have to sit there and tell it what part of the screen to capture. So like I have to tell it, oh, I want you to focus capture on, like in my case, on preview, on the preview app, and then I have to like tweak the window settings to the pixel size of that window, and it'll show. But then it's gonna show like, at least the way I was just looking at it, it's gonna show everything, including things I have layered over. But I know there's another way to do it that's makes way more sense. But I'm not proficient enough in OBS, and I haven't done enough reading in it to do that right now. I thought about it like last second, which is why I was messing with it, but if I had a brain I would have looked at it earlier, but I just, it wasn't a big deal, and I had just totally decided on what I was doing, so. But yeah, so I know there's a way to do it, because I've seen people do it. I just don't know how to do it myself. So yeah. What? We've been going for 7 minutes and I haven't dropped a single frame? Oh. My kink. No. Dude, that's actually fantastic news. I don't know what's different. I think last time I streamed Friday night, I think my brother was streaming stuff in his room, which would have explained if it was worse that night, but I don't know, but it's a sign from the gods, and I will happily accept it. Anyways, brother, back to slight intro stuff though, because it takes me at least 10 minutes to go through an intro, it seems. I need to work on that. Anyway, so yeah, so I took a break for the weekend. We're getting back into it. I got some of my motivation back, starting it now. We're going. We're gonna bulldoze through and do things, because art's fun and yeah. Okay. Not that paper. That was my marker test paper. I don't know why. No. Brain. Words. Words. Ugh. I wouldn't exactly call the window setup math. If I did math, it'd probably be faster to like figure it out. But like, again, I don't care enough. I'm sorry, guys. I don't care enough about the stream. I don't care enough about you in the stream to do it. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible streamer. Anyways, so those photos I was talking about, there's a couple different ones that I was looking at. I gotta figure out which one I want to do, because there are a couple cool ones. Clouds and rocks and things. No. I don't know why I'm still tired. I've still been like really tired all day for some reason. I don't think my body is quite caught up. Like, I took my sleep ed last night because I was just like, I need everything back. Which I call bullshit because that sleep med still doesn't give me 8 hours, but it means I usually don't wake up in the middle of the night, so that's kind of the bigger goal. So I'll take it. Bob Ross voice, happy little clouds. I actually made that joke. Which one did I made that joke on another piece. Which one was that? Which one had trees or something? It had some trees. Was it? Which one was it? Was it that one? Maybe that one. I may have made a joke with that one about the happy little trees. I don't know. That or that one. Because I was just like, why did I do a background? Also, that last one is not posted yet. I'm sorry, I haven't even scanned it yet. Again, I hit after Friday night stream. I just was like, the brain went away. So I have to scan all those, and I have to do day 7 and 8's prompts. But those I'm gonna do way simpler and just kind of like do to get done because I haven't had a lot of inspiration or ideas for those. But yeah. I'm still totally up for that Bob Ross party though, Dana. Let's do it. Let's paint them happy little clouds and trees and things. But I do think, so like, I don't remember, I didn't watch enough of his shows to know what most of his art prompts were, but all the ones I've seen have been like mountains and trees and cabins, which is fine. But like that definitely feels more like November Christmassy than Halloween, so I feel like you'd have better luck there. Plus it would be less hot. If we do it more in November, then it won't be so hot outside. If it's a little cold, we can do the fire pit. So that's my vote. It's like he does like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fantastic pieces. But yeah, he does lots of like landscapes and whatnot, so less hot is good. Less hot is amazing in Texas. That's why I'm just like, a lot of streamers, like, they let their rooms get really hot while they stream because they don't want to have the fan noise and whatnot. And I'm just like, no, fuck y'all. Y'all have to deal with the buzz. I'm not in here without air conditioning. I would die. Like, legitimately heat stroke. Okay, so that was one. So I'm just like, even though I have the photo reference, I had a couple different ones that I liked, so I'm kind of like getting a feel for them, figuring out which one I'd rather actually sit and draw. some of them are weird. Like this one's really cool and dynamic, but it means you're like bird butt. It's like a good chunk of bird butt. I don't know how I feel about drawing bird butt. What I was trying to do there. Oh, messy. Stop yawning! I'm so tired of yawning! Is that an oxymoron? I don't know. I like these two. I think I'm gonna do this one because I'm just gonna fight the bird butt the whole time. Like the photos themselves aren't like super big, so even if I like zoom in, like it's just gonna get blurry. So it's hard to like look at it and go, what is happening right there? Where is that feather going? I don't know. Is that a butthole or a shadow? I don't know. So I think we're gonna go with this one. Oh, something some of you may have noticed, and if you're curious about it, I'm gonna answer even if you're not. The reason I do the boxes on a lot of my art, so these are thumbnails, so that's kind of like self-explanatory of why you would do the frame. The reason I do it on some of my bigger sketches as well is because I draw really big naturally. Like this half became a problem in my life drawing class where I would draw something really big and I would run out of room on the paper to like do the whole figure. Like I draw the head really big, and so I'd be sitting there and be like, I'd get the shoulders and the chest, and then like I would lose the bottom half of the torso, because I just like would naturally draw at a really big scale, which isn't bad. It's just not always what you want to do. Like if you want to fit the whole figure on the page, then you want to fill up the page nicely. Like a lot of people when they start, they draw really small, so they like, here's the big page and here's the little bitty figure on the page, right? Like, and so their challenge is always like fill the page. I had the opposite problem if I'd like fill too much of the page and like I'd lose half the figure. So that's one of the things I just started doing for me, of just like I would shrink in my mind. I would shrink the size of my canvas. Like figuratively and literally, I would shrink the sides. And somehow that like tricks my brain to make things fit better. I don't know why, but it does. Maybe because I got used to Photoshop and it's like you'd have the window size and then the canvas size, and it's not. I don't know. I don't know why, but it helped me. Maybe it will help you too. I don't know. Maybe I'm spouting bullshit too. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. Also, even though I'm technically using a real photo as reference, I'm not going to follow it to the T. I'm not going to get every little bitty detail in there because that's not my goal. It's just not my goal for the night. Just a tiny bit. Alright. So we're just kind of like mapping stuff out now. So I think her hand. This kind of becomes a challenge because it's Mongolia. So she's got like this like big fur collar and like poofy pants and things, and so it's sometimes kind of hard seeing like what the detailing is, and since the photo itself isn't like super high quality, or at least it's not very big, and so you can't really like zoom in a lot. Kind of hard to see some of the details of like, is that a hand, and like trying to see where the hand meets with the bird is kind of rougher. So it's just going to be some guesswork. Also, in case you didn't know, golden eagles are big. Like, golden eagles are really frickin' big. So if you think the bird looks really big, I'm not really exaggerating. It's just big. He's a big bird. And I'm probably gonna fuck up drawing it a lot tonight. But it's okay. We learn it. Really hard to see her face. Like, it's pretty hard. How do I make you not look pissed? Smiling. It's more just like a stoic, like doing work face. I really didn't like get a bunch of more close-ups to like see her, but some of the other ones work. The outfit's different, but I can maybe do like a hodgepodge combination. I think Dana crashed. I believe. Such a cute little kitty. I know what I forgot to mention earlier. Oh, that's weird. So the other thing I forgot to mention earlier is that I'm not playing music on stream because of copyright flags and things like that. That way I can put these up on YouTube later, so I usually play music for myself, which I forgot to hit start. Oops. There it goes. I'm not sure how long I'll use it because I kind of have let my phone drain significantly today, but let's see what I can get out of it. Also, as I'm playing music, I may sing. And you won't know what I'm singing necessarily, but I'll be singing. And it might sound like crap, and I apologize. But it's probably gonna happen. 'Cause it's what I do. that's... Oh, maybe that's not her. Maybe that was her dad? I don't know. Either way. It's fine. Again, I'm not here to be super accurate. Also, I tried putting the camera a little lower down tonight, which means I think you can see it pretty prominently in my face cam now. This guy right here. But hopefully you can see the art a little bit better now. I keep having a tendency to push it this way. Maybe I need to tilt that just a little bit that way. So it's a little lower down tonight, so hopefully you can see it a little better. Again, it's like I'm afraid to put it. If I put it too low down, then it's covering the page, and I can't see it. If it's, and then I also risk, like, this height as it is, like, I'm running the risk of, like, hitting it with my head. But it's just far enough back that I think I'm okay. But yeah, so hopefully you'll see less of, like, as I really get down in there, hopefully you'll see less of my head in the camera, like in some of the previous streams. I'm trying, guys. Okay, I'm trying. That's all I can do for you. Also, like I said, I'm not following this image to the T. I'm gonna fill in gaps where I can't see something, or I'm just gonna like add little nuggets of my own ideas and inspiration, because if I just recreate the photo, I find that really boring. If I just like try to follow it exactly, and again, especially because it's kind of hard to see. This is not what I really want to do tonight. And then I'd get really stressed out about doing it right. Can you go away, Bug? Excuse me? Excuse me? Bug? Can you go die? Please and thank you. Also, this picture, like, part of the reason I'm doing this picture is I really want to go to Ren Fair again. I feel like I haven't been to Ren Fair in forever. And I was just like, I want to go to Ren Fair. This is my, because basically when I go to Ren Fair, like, I go to the bird show. Like, that's usually the first thing I do is I go to the Birds of Prey show. If you go to Sherwood, it's Sky Kings. I forget who does TRF. I think they're friends with Sky Kings. Anyways, but I always go to the show, and like, they did it last time I went. They had it where you could actually go and walk into the bird pews, like not into with the birds, but they had it where it's like they have the building where they keep them during the season, and so you could like walk in the hallway. So it was like a zoo kind of thing, but it was really cool to see, because I mean you could see the birds that were on show, that were in the show, but you could also see ones that maybe weren't, that were in training, or in the case of the vultures were sometimes misbehaving during the shows, and so they would kind of like have to take a break. So that was really cool. I really like the birds. I really like the birds. Oh man. Oh, I also think, I don't know if I commented on this last stream, I dropped the bitrate like a lot, just based on some reading and based on what I'm doing on stream. I'm not playing a video game, so it's not, there's not a ton of movement on camera, so it's not super crucial to like constantly be able to see every little thing. So that does affect the quality of it. So it wasn't the worst when I reviewed the footage, but it wasn't the best. So I'll look at tonight's and see if it bothers me a lot. If I feel like it's way too low, then I'll up it. But I was getting frustrated with how choppy it was with the frame rate. So I was trying to adjust for that first. Freaking bug! Just like a little mosquito or something. It's driving me crazy. So me, like, simplifying the foot, like, cutting it off is not me being lazy. Like, that's legitimately how it is in the photo, I swear. I swear, I'm not cheating there. I'm, like, not intentionally. have these rock formations where it's like they look almost geometric, and it's just like, Mother Nature's weird, but I love it. But it's weird. Just like, how did Mother Nature form that? No one knows. I mean, we kind of know, but you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. Whatever. I love how like the back half of this mountain just kind of gets lost to the clouds. Just like, that's cool. This bug, guys, I'm gonna smack him real good one of these days. Like cool clouds, super wispy. Possibly that one. What is this? I think this is the finer point one. I forget. 1, 2, 1. This seemed to work pretty well last time with the near automata piece where I like sketched in pencil and then kind of went over in pen. Not as like the final pen do, but as to then take to the light box and trace over this just to like give some more contrast when I'm tracing. I had last time I did this was I kind of like, so one of the things that people say about like when they do their line art and how they feel like the line art really sucks in comparison to the sketch is they feel like they've lost energy. Boy, the bugs are coming out tonight and I want to squash them all. I say. Anyways, I think part of the reason people say that about like how they think the sketch work is so much better is because I feel like sketch, so like your eye makes patterns based on like your brain wants to fill in information. It wants to fill in break. That's why you can see like if you look at a like a speckled tile pattern or whatever or carpet, like you see faces sometimes, or you see images in them where there is none. It's because your brain wants to fill in information and wants to make patterns of things. And so that's why artists can have an invisible line where it's like you only draw half a, like if you draw a circle, right? Like, okay, you can have a circle, but if you leave that little bit of gap, right? Like say there's a full circle, like if you just kind of like leave that one side open, like we still see a circle, right? We fill in that gap of information. You know, and maybe we see it as a highlight, like, you know, but it's you know, if you let the line disappear, like, it's fine. Your brain will connect. People's brains will connect them, as long as there's some groundwork there. And so I think sketches kind of have a lot of that, where there's a lot of implied lines that people pick up and whatnot. And when you do a line art, you get rid of some of those excess lines. And so I think people, sometimes the art can suffer for it. Because there's less information in the piece for people to absorb. And so a lot of people feel like it loses some of its expressiveness that way. Which is kind of why I like doing the light box, like doing this in the light box, because I feel like it helps me keep some of it better. Like, I still lose some of it, like it happened with my last Hunter Guardian piece. The way her expression changed, it wasn't bad, but wasn't really quite what I was going for. But yeah, it's just, you gotta have a healthy balance, and like, you have to remember, like, that's one of the things that's really easy to fall behind on in digital art and whatnot, and why I like having multiple pages where it's like, oh, here's my thumbnail, you know, here's my thumbnail, here's my sketch, and then a little definition on the sketch. You know, it's why I like having those, because I can refer back to the older image. If you're doing a digital piece, like, do multiple layers, so that you can sit there and click it on and off and go, oh wow, like, the way the nose is shaped changed a lot more than I was planning to while I was adding definition. Like, you know, take that step back, look at your previous step if you can, to see, like, where you've been and where you're going, and make sure it's the direction you still want to go. It's really hard to see the detail in this hat, so I'm just kind of, again, not following the image to a T, just kind of taking bits and pieces, because I got a couple different photos of different people and whatnot that I'm kind of taking inspiration from. So much fur. This little mosquito, whatever it is, get on my nerves. I fucked up that hand real bad right there. It's okay. That's what the thing's for. This mosquito needs to die. Like, it's dead now. And now you are part of my art. Great. But it's dead. It'll stop flying in my face. I'll take it. This art was made of blood, sweat, and tears. Not my blood, but blood. Oh my god. Still have a couple drop frames, but not near as bad as previous nights. Wish I knew why. I wish these don't click like my other one does. I don't think they'll click. Now comes the part where I fuck up the bird. Oh. I'll figure it out eventually. I really wish I could see this bird's foot better right now. Oh, it's so rough. Okay, so other than the wing, I'm actually not totally unhappy with the bird. I'm not totally unhappy with the eagle. Anyways, what I need to do and do that detailing there. Okay, and then this black contrast, so I remember what that is. It's like I think it's like the treat bag or just these bag or something. Which reminds me, so I do. I'm assuming it's the bells. Oh, let's definitely get the anklets. If you know what I'm talking about, falconers use what are called jessies. Think of it like a leash and collar, but for a bird. So they put them, it's like these little ankle wraps that go on the bird's foot that's got some leather strings, like some leather strips, that are kind of what you use to hold on so they don't fly out of your hand. And they've got little bells on them, so jingle. Like, it's basically, it was described in the bird show as medieval GPS. So like falconers were use birds to hunt small game, kind of like squirrels, rabbits. So if your bird took down a rabbit in the field over yonder, you had to be able to go find it. So they would use the bell so you could hear it fidgeting around, eating, whatnot. Trying to think of what I want to do next. I don't, normally at this point I would erase to clean things up, but I don't really want to erase, so I think I'm going to take it over to the light board and do my trace, my pencil trace, and then clean that up. From there, make sure the wings are because like I don't really like how the way the wing looks right now. Clean that, clean this hand, stuff like that. And then hopefully transfer it over to my notebook journal, whatchamacallit, sketchbook, whatever words. Okay, so I need these tape. And I did it the other day where I turned the webcam, my face webcam, over that way And it was just kind of convoluted, so I don't think I'm gonna do that again tonight. So I'll still be here. I'll just be off screen. I don't think it took me too long a minute ago. So if you talk in chat and I don't see you, that's why. I know newcomers, people who walk in won't know that, but I'll be back. I promise. I'm not leaving for good. Just over off camera. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that real quick. Drawing didn't stick to the tape, so now I gotta realign it. Maybe if I squish it. Squishy. Just a hair. Not too much of a hair. Then let me do another piece on the bottom. That should catch it. Ugh, I hate this. I need a regular size roll of masking tape again. I think I have one upstairs somewhere. I just don't know where. I'm gonna go digging for that. Also, my anime lovers, if you haven't watched... Oh, this person! Hello! You're playing Cuphead? Dude, Cuphead is, like, intense. I'm just off screen doing line art. That's why. Dude, if you watch anime, like, okay, it's kind of girly, because I'm a girl. But the Magus Bride is so good. It just started. I've been reading the manga, and I'm so excited for the anime. Like, I know it's, like, super random, but I'm so happy. Yeah, like, I haven't played Cuphead yet. I don't know if you can hear me over here. I'm talking kind of louder, so hopefully. I haven't played Cuphead yet, but it looks intense, man. I'm so happy that game came out, though. That it seems to have gotten good reviews. Like, people like it. Makes me really happy. Because that one definitely seemed like, that game definitely seemed like a labor of love for the creator. him lay back. Ish. I get my chair, but I say I'm back, but I never really left. But I went off camera, so this counts as back on camera, right? Huh. Okay. Let's put the headphones back in. Whew. Man. Turn away, and there's another freaking bug. I don't know what the deal is, but I want them to go away. I say that cause even though I'm in the freaking garage. Yeah, Karen, the bugs can't get you to in the garage. It's still technically inside the house, right? Right. Ooh. Sorry, just kicked my table. Whoopsies. That's it, I do actually, like, need to either get my grandfather to do it or get the stuff from him to spray around the house. I think he was gonna do it last week, but we actually got some rain. And you can't really do it when it rains, so. I think you could do inside, but can't really do outside. Yeah, so I just need to refine that. I need to figure out how the frick to draw a wing! So that's how I had a friend in here. I had a friend in chat, Donut, who was talking about like literally like manic texting me, was just like spamming me with a bunch of stuff, because she was tired, but it was like that manic tired of like brain wouldn't shut up, so I couldn't go to sleep because brain wouldn't shut up. Was in chat for like maybe 5 minutes and then just stopped talking, so I'm like, she crashed good. I'm like, if you just lay down for long enough, you will crash. But she always forgets that. So it was 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, I had a terrifying thought the other day. So, next month, I'm going out of town for a weekend to go to a cousin's wedding. And I just had like a nightmare about trying to do this while like in a hotel room. I was just like, oh, thank God I'm not doing that. Thank God I'm not doing that, because no. Love you guys, but that's a whole other can of worms. Still not right. I think I'm doing it too wide. Oh, where's this? It's a little better, but it still looks weird to me. If I just do this, does that appease my brain? Slightly. Because they look too parallel. Slightly better. I think we might go with that. I might go with that. Okay. The hand. Still lazy hand pose, but eh. Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough for that. So I need another format. Put that drawer. Then we take this back. Put the back of this on. This. Gets me out of order. I want to do that out of order. Okay, jump ahead 2 pages. Because I'm a bastard who hasn't done shit yet. I was behind in work. I'm behind by 2 days. My bad. But sometimes you just gotta take a break. Sometimes it is more important to take a break and take care of your health than it is to get work done. You have to know what to prioritize, what's really important. This past weekend, it was me and sleep, because I had not been getting enough of it, and it was taking its toll on me. So it was time that I catch up on that instead of Inktober. It's not the nice thing to hear, but it is what it is. Had him, my brother picked those up when he got milk. Oh well. Too bad. No wet wipes for you. I'm telling you though, next time I go to the grocery store, I should've got them while I was at work, is what I really should've done. Shit, now that I think about it. Ugh, all the things I should've, would've, could've done. Next time, for sure, getting the wet wipes. Guts to. Okay, tape that in so it doesn't wibble wobble too much out of place. That can go back there. Ooh, I should do that. So I got, I shouldn't say got, I have some other pens that I've had. I originally got them for bullet journaling stuff because they're like super fine point pens. But I wanted to see. I also got this one, which is the Copic. Called it drawing pen, but it's a fountain pen. Like, it's a fountain pen. Everyone knows it. Well, there's anything wrong with that, but I need scrap paper. I always gotta get it going though. I actually don't like this the drawing fountain pen very much. I find it's kind of like it's awkwardly stiff, and the ink flow's not great, especially if you haven't used it for more than 5 minutes. This is Faber Pitt. Faber Eco. This is the micron. They're also like super fine point, so I was like, I'm not sure how it's gonna come up on here. Okay, so the Copic one spreads like crazy. The other three, like, not at all. Even the micron, which I just wrote, actually is not spreading, like, at all. That's interesting. This is very, very interesting. I think the Eco and the micron were kind of the nicest feeling. So the Eco and this one, they're both Faber-Castell, which I'm probably saying the thing's wrong, but those are both Faber-Castell. I guess this is just like, it says Eco pigment, so I think it's just like environmentally friendly or something like that. Yeah, they're both marked waterproof. Nice. Excelente. I think they're about, I think this one's a little smaller. So I might do that just because of this piece is a little more detailed, and just because I've used the same pen for like the same 5 things I've done lately, which is just kind of fun. You want some variety. You want a little variety. Keeps things interesting. But first, before I do that, I need to transfer this. And just a heads up, so I talked about how I missed day 7 and 8 of Inktober. They're probably going to be more like this, where I have the sketch and then I, like, just on the printer paper. Like, I'm still going to transfer them to the sketchbook just for, like, my records. But they're going to be more simple like this. I'm not going to do the big watercolor bit for those. Just to save time and energy. Because so far I haven't really come up with an idea for those that I'm happy with. Most of the other nights I've kind of had them like, oh, I can do this. Those I'm still like, I'm not really, the couple ideas I've had of what to draw, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could draw them. You know, versus like tonight where it was like, let's play word association, and then it was like, oh, let's do birds, because I like birds. You know, then I was able to find a really cool photo for reference and whatnot. I just haven't had anything on the same level for the other 2 prompts, so it's a bit of a struggle. I. That was probably the other reason I didn't get that done, even though when I wasn't streaming and whatnot. Besides being just tired, it was I just wasn't motivated. I just didn't find anything that striked my fancy. So yeah, sometimes this is the way it goes. Normally I would have kicked myself in the butt more for it, but since I'd had such a crazy and eventful week to start with, I was kind of like, I was willing to give myself some slack. I'm just like, you know what, let's just take a step back, take a night or two to breathe. Because better to take a break and come back to it than to like push through it. Because even doing night 6 sword, I did that Nier Automata piece, and like there were definitely I know I made some mistakes and like kind of sped through some things that I would have put more time into, and I just wasn't in a place where I was willing to do that. So it's like, it wasn't just a matter of like, oh, I need the rest. It was also a matter of just like, look, if I do this, if I push myself, it's just gonna look like garbage. No one wants that. So self-care is important. Sometimes you gotta take care of yourself, and that's fine. You just gotta make sure not to like fall into a pit of laziness and never go back to it. Which I could have done, and I could have skipped tonight too, but I was just like, I know if I skip tonight, then I'm never gonna get back to it this week, so I'll just be like, oh, well, I didn't already do it the week, and blah 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 blah. And that's not what you want. But we're here, and we're doing it, and having fun, and that's what matters. So yeah. Sometimes your goal can change, and that's okay. Sometimes it's just a matter of simplifying it. Yeah, no, I have to like, I keep like being paranoid I'm in camera, but since I've moved it, I have to be like way in it to like get my hair in the way or anything, which is good, but I gotta remember that and not stress over it. This wasn't easy. Suit yourself, this wasn't easy. Oh, I just can't find the strength to pull you up, keep you tall. Oh, I just can't find the strength to pull you up and keep you tall. Okay, so now it's the cleanup game. As we clean up and kind of more clearly define areas. You stopped playing Cuphead? I didn't rage. Are you sure about that? Are you sure you didn't rage quit? Cause there's some pretty rage-worthy things in that game. You gracefully conceded. You just stopped and went, I'm good. I'm gonna walk away from this. Sure, I believe that. How many bosses are in that game? Because I guess the map's set up where it's like, I guess you were like from like Mario, like there's islands, and like each island has so many levels, and then so many bosses. Like, have they figured out how many, like, has someone beaten the game yet? Have they figured out how many bosses there are? And or did they just release those stats? I haven't looked, like, super hard into the game. Totally conceded, yeah. No rage, none. No, why would I ever think that you rage quit? Why? Well, like, who wouldn't dream of it? Waterproof and fade-proof lines. Okay, so that one should be waterproof. That one's certainly waterproof as well. But I think that one's too small. Like, I think it would take forever to do all those lines. So let's do that one. I should like flip those. Sweet water. Okay, ballpoint things go away now. I need wet wipes. I want wet wipes so bad in here right now. Gotta remember, put that on the grocery list. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. You just need a new controller now? Oh my god. Dude, one of my favorite streamers, I don't know, he probably did during Cuphead too, but he has a tendency to throw things, apparently. So he was playing, there's one part in Nier Automata where he got really frustrated at, and so he like threw his controller at the webcam to like knock off the webcam, and just straight up slammed it into his computer monitor and like did a nice couple rows of dead pixels. Just a boss rush, basically. That's kind of what it seemed like. Like, there's some levels, but they're pretty much, I don't know how to describe them. They're very, like, Mega Man rail shootery. but then the last bit is like a little mini boss, and there's just a bunch of bosses. But it's like they're separated. Like the levels are just to get coins, I guess, to like buy new weapons and whatnot. And really, the goal is to like beat the bosses. It seems fun, but yeah, it definitely is set up to be a challenging game. It is. It's 1:05. Have a good night. Also, I realized I had part of my chat covered, so like I missed the whole bottom half of that. Oopsie. Gonna fix that. little bit of my hair in there. Because this inking is super detailed. We are going to switch to the other pen for the rest, just because it's easier to do furry things with the, like a brush tip like that. Although I might do, I think this one gets, not that one, this one. I think these still get blurry. I think those bleed still. Yeah, so I don't want that. I don't really want it to bleed that much. See, I guess I like to do the Kuretake. I wish I had one that's springy in the Kuretake. It'd make life a bit easier. But luck is not on my side in that department. And so we shall use this one. Really doing my furry marks like I typically do, just because like it's not like a dog or like really long animal fur, it's trimmed shorter. Because the brush I usually kind of do the furrier stuff with bleeds a little more than I want in this case when I get it wet, so it won't really work the way I want it to in this scenario, sadly. Technically there's some like stripping the brain, but I'll just do it after the fact, I think. We're also using this brush to shoot the mountains because I can get a little more control with it that way. variation. Because on that side it really blends into the clouds, like that side of the mountain really blends into clouds, so I don't want it to be super thick line. Like I want it to go between thick and thin really well. And this is just the pen that normally gets that done much nicer. Like the most defined part of the clouds. And then we will leave it at that with that one. Okay. Let's do. I'm trying to think how I want to color this one tonight. If I want to do one of the pens, if I want to do a marker, if I want to do just straight up ink. I could do this one again tonight. That might work, that watercolor pen. Let's see, what does this one do if you get it wet? Probably garbage, but I may have found a new purpose for that pen, because that pen's been free shipped from much else. I've kind of messed up the tip of it, so that looks a lot like. So the nice thing with the watercolor marker is you can like blur the edges really well. When it's an ink one, it's harder to get the pigment to move. But that's not bad actually. Cool. We might do. I think we're gonna do a watercolor. I think we'll do. We'll use that one on the other ones I do later. That's what we'll do. We'll use the watercolor one for that tonight. Just because of what I'm doing, but next time. The downside of the watercolor marker I've noticed is they don't really get very dark. Like, it's hard to get it really black. I'm not sure why exactly, but I imagine just because the makeup of it is probably watered down to some extent in order to get to throw through the marker nib. So, just a slight downside. Still a good tool, but I'd love it if I could use it to get like really, really dark darks. Like I can with layering, just like if you just put like a tiny amount of water in, like just enough to get it wet on your brush. So I put in those like black areas first, just so I remember where they are before I erased. Probably should have done her lips just with a brush, but that's okay. Live and learn. Actually, no, that bruise is not too bad. Might be a little thick on the right side, but I think I can just water it down and use it as the shadow by like the chin, by your cheek, like a cheek curve. Brush that away. Probably piss off the camera. That's okay. Where's my battery at? 31% on my phone. Oh, did I never turn on that light? I swear I turned on that light. That's why I'm so dark in camera. Okay, give me like... Actually, with that thought, I'm gonna turn on that light. I've been going for about 2 hours, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll kind of arrange that in such a way so you can see a little easier maybe on the stream. I'm gonna take a quick break, go to the bathroom, get some more water, stretch, all that fun stuff. Probably only be a couple, maybe 5 minutes max. So yeah, I'll see you in just a moment. BRB. Okay, we're back. I am back. Just need to take a quick break. No, Siri. No, I just wanted you to play the music, Siri. Okay. As I was saying. Apparently my phone was on silent. That would have been awkward. Anyways, back. Just need a quick break. Before we get back into it. Also, I was so happy one of the other nights, like, that you can pick up the speaking. Like, I was so happy you could pick it up in camera. It wasn't, like, totally obnoxious in camera either. It was just like, I was like, yes, this pleases me. I want my super fun. Yes. I did a bad thing, but, well, now I gotta fix it. Faces in watercolor are hard. Just trying to slowly build up. I'm trying not to do too much at once and make it mud. Be really careful to layer it just right. which I'm dying, all the best I ever had. Find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very bad world. Bad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Wanna feel the way that every child should. Said, hey, listen, went to school, I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew. Oh, fuck, I forgot that part. What's my lesson? Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying, all the best I ever had. Find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very bad world. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, bad world. Bad world. Bad world. And I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying, all the best I ever had. Find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very bad world. Bad world. Not your world. Bad world. Get you down. I'll say you will. I don't know why I did that. Spirit. you down. Damn it! Needs you to stop doing that. Okay. I'm just gonna have to like do that at the very end with one of the other brushes. Ugh. Just kind of shot myself in the foot there with that one. Anyways. Would that be cool? What? It would be fierce. I was just thinking of a character I'd love to do a fan art of. I was wondering if there was a prompt that would fit her. 14 fierce is good. 12 shattered would be interesting, maybe. 21 furious. Maybe ship. follow the good. Okay, yeah, there's a couple. I just need. No, I'm gonna make note of that right now. Area fan art. Yeah, area. This is like the worst person to do that with, but it was really a little fast, so I'm not gonna cry over it if it gets messed up. But when I can find art supplies for cheap, those are the best. Oh, you know what I forgot to do again today? Towel card. Did not get anything on the next page. Ta-da! Not this song. Not this song at all. Sure, I'll do another near one. I can work with that. Times when I prepare 2 different inks. I wonder if I could get away with it. I don't know if I could get away with it for this time, but one of these times I'm preparing 2 different inks. So I have like a warm, so like this is that watercolor marker. It and the Kuretake from the Higgins I used that one night are more of a warmer tone. But the Pilot, or no, the Pentel pens, sorry, I keep calling them Pilots, they're Pentel brand. Those are more of a cool color, like more of a cool black. It'd be nice if I could get that contrast in one of these one day. I just gotta like think that far ahead when I do it. out of water. Alright, 2 hours 43 minutes, but we're making good time actually. I think we're making pretty good time. This background's kind of a little simpler with the way it's set up and the way I'm doing it. So I don't have to go like too crazy with that, which is nice. I guess I could have done the scrub brush. Oh well. Too late now! Okay, I know I need to do at least one more layer here, maybe a little bit here, and then I'll go back to her. She needs some more definition. But I don't want to do any more without doing the background, more of the background. Because it gets lost real quick. We're just going to do some washes. Because all the shading should be there pretty well. Just need some more. Some more shade. Just need a darker shade. Actually, need a little bit more water in this guy. Water for me. Water for the brush. See, this poor Emma. Now I know it's water for the brush because I put a little W on the cap. Or an N. But it's meant to be a W. Water. For special water. I killed you. No, 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 no. Don't, you can't get squished on this paper. You can't squish you on this paper, mosquito. You just need to stay away, mosquito. Actually, I'm just gonna leave that. Okay, so that's gonna dry for a hot minute. Super fine brush. Oh, stretch the back. Oh, good stretch. Okay. Okay. So let's do freaking mosquito. I don't know how to get rid of him. This song makes me think of Thumper. And by Thumper I mean the game, not Thumper the bunny from Disney. It was a very interesting rhythm game in which you were like a space beetle scarab thing. Very challenging. I just wish there had been more music variety. Like, they kind of, the way they set it up, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, I feel like, because it forced them to do a lot of the same music cues, so you would react in time to the game properly. And not, like, get confused, but unfortunately it meant that it didn't give them a lot of options for songs. Like, one of the things that's great about Guitar Hero is, like, yeah, it's all guitar, but it's guitar. Like, there's a lot of different ways to play guitar. And they just didn't allow for that same kind of song variety to happen in Thumper. Or if it does happen, it does not happen quickly. So I kind of got a little bored with it. Like, it was fun for the challenge of it, but in terms of, like, it just got boring to listen to after a while. It just felt like it was the same song over and over. There'd be slight variations, but not enough to keep my interest. Sadly. Other than that, though, I do highly recommend the game. It was very fun. Especially for, like, challenging rhythm games. tell the truth. All the feathers that were covering you. I want to smell your skin again, 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 again. Darling, all my senses, there's a fever in my heart. My defenses hurt me hard. what you want to say. Honestly, it's the way you want to go. Say what you want to say. To see. I'm into dust. In my skin crumble. Lead me to the sea. I lost, stumbling. Storms coming. Sorry. Hair in camera. It will happen. Open skies. To be told. That's where I'll be, tall grass, no skies. That's where I'll be. That's where I'll be. Oh, my hair's in camera. Just give me a sec. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more to the rock face here and here. But I think she's done aside from the highlight portion. But we getting there. always think it's the pointed end, but it's not. It's the flat end for the brush tip. Still makes no sense to me, but whatever. Excuse me. Oh my. This part's probably dry enough for this. I hope. should have done this line here. Oh well. Okay. I think I'm going to call it that, actually. I do believe so. Get that up. Let's see, pull that out. Square it up. Let me take a look at the view just to see if I notice anything from there. I do. I would like that to be a little darker. I should probably do a highlight there, actually, but I have to wait for that to dry now. Anywhere else I really feel like I need one? I kind of feel like I need one right there. Distinguish between the two. Sorry, I'm like shaking the table with my knee. Whoopsies. Some of this. Excuse me. I really need to stop shaking my foot on the table. Not while I'm leaning on it. I think I'm good with that. Well, maybe it's... I don't know where that went. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it good at that. Get really quiet at the end, but that's life. That's my life. Okay, we put that up. Pencil, top, and that one. Put eraser and things. Okay, just getting clearing the table a little bit. I can pull this guy off completely. Hopefully not tear any of the paper. Come on. Come on, let go. There we go. Alright. Okay. Need to sign with his left signature. Practice because I haven't done it in a few days. This is nice. Okay, and I'm thinking I can do it right here in the mountain corner. I'm thinking maybe we should do it like right here. Let's do it like right here. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Pause music. Pause music? Pause. Okay. Ooh, the room sounds weird with my headphones off. It's not working the way I want to, so we're just gonna set it there. Okay. Woohoo! Another night done! We done! We done, boys! Alright. So this was our final renditioning. Sorry, I'm just getting some other things so I can show the process. This was our final rendition of Day 9, Screech. Got a little girl with a falcon screeching in the sky. I could have done like word bubbles, but who wants word bubbles? Who wants that? Alright. So all through the night, start off with this. Some doodles, word association. What the heck am I doing? I don't know. Let's try that. Looked up some photo references. I remembered a particular news story about a Mongolian falconer, little girl. Very, very young falconer, but very awesome with the golden eagle. So I found some of those, found that news story, pulled some of the photos for reference, and basically kind of redid them, tweaked a couple things just based on photo qualities weren't great, so fill in some blanks, blah blah blah. So tried found a couple different photos or compositions of, tried sketching them out, see what felt good, what worked, what was technically too difficult for me to want to deal with. Oh, actually, that one's first, then that one. So once we picked a thumbnail, we blew it up, put in some details. I traced it with, or I went over it with an ink pen to get some contrast so I could take it over to my light box. Did a pencil trace on the light box, and then covered the back in graphite to take a ballpoint pen and trace onto this paper. And then we did our watercolor wash with a Winsor Newton watercolor marker. Fancy stuff. And this is it. This is our final result. Alright, so closing comments. This was day 9, Inktober. Prompt Screech. Screeching mountains. Screeching through the mountains. Hopefully tomorrow, after... Oh, but I'm going out of class. Okay, I'm gonna try and scan this tonight. I don't know if I'll get it posted tonight, but I'll try and scan it at least so I can post it right away tomorrow. I've got things to do tomorrow. Oh boy, the things. But yeah, so I've got this one, and I've got the previous one. Not that one. I already posted that one. This one. I gotta post those. Scan and post those. I did miss 2 days of streaming. And of art prompt because I was exhausted. So I've got some ideas for those for Shy and Crooked. So I'll have to do those. I don't know when I'm gonna get to those. They're probably gonna be simpler. It's just gonna be whenever I get the chance to do them. So I will post those as soon as I get them done, whenever that may be. Hopefully this one and the last one will get posted tomorrow at some point. I'm going to meet with a friend after class, so I'm not sure exactly when I will be home and done, and I've got homework to do tomorrow as well, so hopefully before I stream tomorrow night, because I will be streaming tomorrow night. So the way the schedule I think is going to work out is, the way I think the schedule is going to work out is Monday through Friday I will stream. I'm usually on about 10 p.m. at the earliest, maybe a little later depending on how late I eat dinner. And then we basically stream until the thing is done. This one, tonight's stream ran for about 3.5 hours. We've gone up to 4. So, yeah. If you're interested in my work, if you love my work, I love you. You can follow me if you look at my Twitch information. You can follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and YouTube. These videos I do post to YouTube as well. So the vodcast in Twitch will let you watch with chat, so you can see if I'm talking to someone referring to something. You can read the chat with it. Otherwise, you can watch me on YouTube if you just want to see the process. I try to give updates on when I'm streaming, if anything goes awry or whatever. I try to give it up on my Twitch page, as well as my Twitter. Those are probably the two base places to see when I'm streaming and my alerts for streaming. If you do follow me on Twitch, you should get an email of when I go live. Instagram, I just kind of post some art and life things in a couple Instagram stories and such. What was the... I posted to another one. Oh, and then Tumblr. Oh, and the other thing I forgot was my DeviantArt. Okay. And then, so Tumblr and my DeviantArt are my main two, like, art post pages. Tumblr is obviously a lot more than that. But on Tumblr I do tag all my art stuff with Sakaku Art. So my DeviantArt will have these posted. My Tumblr will have this and the thumbnails and, like, process sketches. Those will go on my so these will go on my Tumblr, just because it's just more of an easier setup on Tumblr to do it that way. So if you're interested in more like work in progress stuff, and thumbnails and whatnot, you can check out my Tumblr. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'll try to update my info page with a tentative stream schedule so you guys have a better idea of when I'll hopefully be on. This week might be a little rough. I kind of fell behind in one of my projects just because life. Nothing I really did, just something on my control. So this week might be a little rough. But I'll try to keep you guys updated if anything happens big time. Hopefully things go well. So I think that is it for my plugs and whatnot. If you are interested in supporting me, go to all my social media and follow me, please. I love you if you would do that. Yay. I am trying to set up maybe a coffee page. I thought about doing a Patreon, but I don't do enough to justify Patreon, I don't feel like. Patreon implies that I'd give you guys rewards, which I'd be happy to do, but I don't know what I would give. So, so I'm a little reluctant to do that, but I might do a coffee because that seems kind of set up more like a donation of like, hey, if you think I'm cool, money these days. But I'll get to that later. We'll worry about that later. Don't stress. It's not needed. It's not necessary. So I will see you tomorrow for Inktober Day 10, which will be gigantic. Gigantic. I'm gonna have to come up with some ideas for that one. I've got 2 tentative ideas, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, well, I believe that is it for the night. So I'll try to see you hopefully tomorrow about 10 p.m. Central Time to do tomorrow's Inktober. And I will get all these posted as soon as I possibly can. Like I said, life's just a little crazy. And like usually I have to tweak. The reason I can't just like immediately post them is usually there's a little bit of blurring and quality loss here in the binding when I scan it. So I like to clean that up in Photoshop just a little bit. But yeah, I will. I know I'm behind. I know I'm super behind. But I'll try to get those done as soon as possible and scanned and posted as soon as possible, as well as try to get my missed prompts. But we might do that Friday. We might try to catch up on those Friday. Those previous prompts I missed, the prompt shy and crooked, I won't stream those. I'm just gonna do those off stream whenever I have the time and chance. So if I keep with the schedule of not streaming Saturday, Sunday, the prompts that line up with those, I won't stream unless I'm feeling particularly full of energy. But so a couple of those will just be post only. But if I'll do the same thing where I'll have the process pages up on my Tumblr. So yeah. Okay, I think that's actually it. I think that's legitimately end of closing statement. Hopefully I'll get faster with those as time goes on. So I will see you, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, night, morning, day, whatever time it is for you when you are watching this. I hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.